Why is this resized? Weird. But okay. Hey, Cosmic, welcome. Welcome. All right, let's see if this week I can do a better job at finding contradictions in what people have said. I do realize also, by the way, that it's only maybe 3 weeks until Halloween. I am already putting together the video showing what I'm going to be playing on Halloween. And I think I'm halfway done, but I should finish it. I think tomorrow or Monday I'll finish the video, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, I would guess. And I already know what games I'm going to play. So, I don't think so. I said, oh, I did not say that it has already started. So I guess I could do that. Give me a second. I did not say that it's already started, but I did say 30 minutes until it begins. So I did kind of let people know that it was just getting close. But I'll go ahead and do it now. That's fine. Okay, so stream has begun, I just said. So that hopefully will be more helpful. Switch back to this. Back to that. Okay. Yeah, so, oh yeah, so that's what I was going to do. So here, give me a second. So I can tell you I can tell you what is coming up. But the official video announcing it will be, after the fact. So these, it's cut off a little bit, I'll move the window. So these are the games planned for Halloween. So in Sound Mind, Little Nightmares 2, The Maid of Skut, Memory of Fireflies, Remothered Broken Porcelain, Resident Evil Village, okay, Simulacrum Chapter 1, Sinistria Chapter 1, Stories Untold and Under Depths of Fear. So those are the planned things. There are some additional things that could be added. So this is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. So if I do 2 hours each, that's 20 hours. So I have at least 2 more things to add to get 24 hours. And I've considered just to get more games out this year. Because some of these I believe some of them will be longer, but some of these I believe will be considerably shorter. So to get more content out, I might do these at an hour and a half, so 90 minutes instead. If I do 90 minutes, then I can get 16 games instead of 12 games. So we'll see. I haven't decided for sure on that. I need to find things I want to play in order for me to be willing. So here are some of the things I've been looking at, not necessarily even contenders, but just things I've been considering. So Beast Inside, Concluse, Darkness Under My Bed, Darkwood, Distraint, Dreaming Sarah, God's Basement, Home Sweet Home. This one is one of the more likely ones if I do add more games. Home Sweet Home. That one looks really scary, actually. Left Alone, Lone Spider, Miss Aiden, Palmyra Village, Silence of the Sleep, Silver Chains, Stairs. Those are all possibilities. Some additional ones: The Void, Allow Me to Sleep, Last Row on the Left. Bad Dream series, actually, this goes away because I already did that one, right? Well, there's still more in the Bad Dream series. I probably won't do more of them this year on the Hallow stream. I'll probably do them just periodically during the year to fill in the stuff that I've not finished. Anyway, so that gives you kind of a preview of what I'm thinking, but it's not finalized, like I was saying, right? These are just... Oh, nobody's going to be playing City 3.0 then? Oh, well, that's okay. Still cool to create things. I used to make, way back in the day, when I first played Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, which I did a playthrough of on my channel, a walkthrough of actually on my channel, but when I originally played that, I thought it was really cool because the development team had shared access for players so that they could create their own levels and their own scenarios and stuff. And so I toyed around with that some. I never really got too serious about it, but I did toy around with that some. So that was fun. So I get the idea, or the whole feeling of liking to create your own thing, even if you don't actually ever play it. I'm not saying that's what you do. You obviously kind of intend to have people play it, but I'm just saying it's fun to do that. Yeah, Village looks really good. Remothered Broken Porcelain, I think, looks good. And Little Nightmares 2, of course, I think looks really good. I actually really badly, if possible, 2021 Halloween, the day after Halloween, through to the day before Halloween 2022. During that year, obviously I want to get through the horror games that are left over from 2020, and then also that we add on Halloween 2021. But beyond that, I really badly want to play Ori and the Will of the Wisps, because I'm like 3 or 4 years after the release of that. I've been wanting to play that for a while, so I really badly want to do that. I really badly want to do the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. And... but it's not released yet, but it's coming soon. Oxenfree 2. All 3 of those I really badly want to do in this coming year. So... Yeah. Yeah, Roblox is cool that way. I've actually learned about that. I haven't really looked into it much. That'd be an unfair assessment, but I've heard that, yeah. No worries, no worries. Okay, yeah, looking for contradictions. Let me see. So... Simon has just the one? Oh, Simon only has one contradiction so far. Okay, I feel like Simon is due for another contradiction. So maybe focus on Simon. Let's see. And Rebecca. Simon and Rebecca each only have one so far. So they're probably both due for another contradiction. I think James only has one also, right? No, James has two. So he might, I mean, they obviously anybody could, but Ryan has a couple. Paul has 3. Emma has 4. Yeah, so I think Rebecca and Simon. I mean, that doesn't mean that they will have contradictions, but let's start with focusing on them because I feel like they're due to have contradictions soon if they're not ready yet to have one, or if we don't spot one yet. So
a few more questions, if you don't mind.
okay, so let's go through this a little methodically. Okay. Said she doesn't really know Kate very well. In all the things she's told us, I don't think I have found anything that contradicts that. I never got the impression from any of the stuff that Rebecca's told us that she feels like she has a closer relationship with Kate. Now, we might learn more later that points to that being true, but as far as I know, I don't think it doesn't seem like she really knows Kate very well based on what we've learned so far. Last saw Kate in the pub last Friday at about 7. Yeah, I don't think there's a contradiction with that either. Okay. Did not see who Kate was with. Kate was very drunk. Okay, nothing raises a flag here initially for me. Monmouth gave a thumbs up for the post I did on Discord about 30 minutes. So he probably has another engagement that he's either running late from or that will take up his time showing up tonight. So that he may or may not show up. I suspect he probably will. But there's always, he's got his own life, right? So that may or may not be something that interferes with the stream, so he may have to miss. Faux Fox I've not heard from today really, so it's very possible she is just kind of out of it. We'll just have to see. I'm not sure who will show up on stream. It's hard to say. Yeah, you might be flying solo today. Probably not, but you might be, because it's not, there's no guarantee that he doesn't have his own stuff going either. But Silhouette typically shows up on my streams maybe a half an hour to an hour, something like that, into the stream. So it would not surprise me if he shows up. I'm not planning on it, but it's very possible he'll show up. I feel like if Rebecca's gonna have a contradiction, it probably starts with stuff later, right? Did she ever talk about the parties Paul threw other than this? I don't think so. I don't recall him or recall her saying anything about his parties beyond that. Hypnosis is similar to persuasion. Cannabis. She says there's no truth to the flyer, but is some of this something she's already admitted to, maybe? Let's see. Third Eye is grooming and controlling students' minds to make money from wealthy and corrupt businessmen. They pretend to be able to improve your life, but in fact, they will rob your identity and use barbaric methods like ECT to wipe your memories and destroy your personality. They are based, etc. Do not join. Those who attempt to explore them will be killed, like Liam Rogers. She says there's no truth to the flyer. But so it says grooming and controlling students' minds. I'm trying to think where there would be a conflict. It feels like this might be an area of a problem area, but hey, Silhouette. See? Cosmic, I told you. I told you Silhouette would be around at some point. Unless he had something else going, of course. Hey, listen. Lockdowns of almost all of 2020 and a bunch of 2021. I completely get it, man. Talk to your heart's content. It's fine. I may not always answer because I want to focus on the game more, but I'll try to at least, I may not respond or answer excessively. I'll try to answer at least a little bit, but I may not answer a whole lot because I'm trying to do a better job of focusing on the game. Since people who are not live on the stream, who watch later, are watching to watch me play the game, not watching to hear me opine about stuff going on in the world, right? That's what vlogs are for, and I need to do a vlog. I keep saying that too. I really need to do a vlog, like tomorrow. I will write myself a reminder. I need to do a vlog tomorrow. Must. I don't know if that'll catch my eye enough to remind me, but I did write myself a reminder. So, hey, Monmouth, welcome. Good Dow to you also. All right, typos are awesome. Okay, or suggestive text if you're using like a swipe on a device or something. So, no truth to the flyer. So James did say in the flyer, Third Eye are grooming and controlling students' minds. I can see Rebecca saying that's not true, but yeah, maybe there isn't really truth. Because I'm looking for a contradiction here, right? She sees the flyer, but it doesn't. I mean, these are things like they groom students, they control students' minds. I don't think that conflicts with anything she said. Frankly, I'm a little surprised we've not been directed kind of to the costume shop before it closed, although maybe it closed already by the time we learned about it. Maybe that's why. But it seems to me that we should probably visit there at some point, but maybe not. Maybe the mystery is handled some other way. I wonder. Probably not, but let's try that with this. I don't think so, though. But let's try, just in case. Yeah, no. Not close enough, at least, if anything. So where? Oh, this? Doesn't take any drugs or medicines. Did she later admit to using some other stuff? Recreationally, even? Doll burning. Not so far, at least, seeing something where she said. Allow students to role play. know that we're
Thank
gonna
you.
get anything
Probably
new
be
from
back later.
Rebecca right now. Maybe we need to try. I swear, Rebecca and Simon both are really due for a contradiction soon. They each only have one at this point. Yeah, I did. So if I go here, whoops, here, this was the last call. He suggested finding out where the bag comes from and who knows about it. I already did that. So I don't know what the next step is.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I mean, I could talk to him again, but I think it seems like you only get one call from the chief per chapter, right? Because it seems like when I've called and talked to him, or the other officer on the one chapter, like the third one or whatever, then if I go back to the phone booth and try again, it just rings and rings and rings. There's nothing new. So yeah, Jenks has promised not to discuss this with Simon. Like, we betray her and just let him know, hey, guess what, Simon? Emma feels bad. Like, she's like, you jerk, I'm never talking to you again, right? Mirrors. So what did he say about the scrying mirrors earlier? Just that James is into new mysticism, new age mysticism, and thinks the government's track. Is there a point where Simon said something where he seemed like he might be feeling guilty? I don't think so, actually. I see a contradiction in the ideas, a couple of ideas here, but I don't think it's a contradiction in what Simon said, right? So there's, you're not allowed to hurt or offend others, right? But he says that guilt has no purpose. Well, why would you say you're not allowed to hurt other people if, or why does guilt serve no purpose if it can serve as a warning that you might have hurt or that you might be about to hurt someone else, right? That said, Simon never really said those things to create the contradiction, right? I've kind of drawn an invisible thread between them, and that's not the same thing. It's not like I can catch Simon in a fib. So I can't do that, really. So. I also don't believe that this statement is true. Cannot be hypnotized unless you want to be. I think, or maybe it's true, but maybe it's a little inaccurate, I guess might be a better way to say it. I feel like you can be hypnotized if your mental guards are down. So, if you want to allow yourself to be hypnotized, you can be hypnotized. I also think, though, if you have weakened any guards or walls, barriers you might normally have up. Like if you don't want to be hypnotized, okay? So you normally would have barriers, but you've been put on some kind of drug. Maybe even something more mild like marijuana or alcohol or something. If you are on a drug, your capacity to have those barriers up is lowered. So I feel like the barriers are not as strong, so it's probably possible to hypnotize you with weakened barriers, not necessarily consciously willing or resisting your ability. I could. Yeah.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
I guess. I mean, yeah. Okay. Maybe there is. That would be different than all the previous chapters, but maybe that is. Magic mint, hallucinogen, yeah. Alright, we'll see. Maybe I misremembered and thought I'd already tried him again last time, but maybe not. Yeah, that's too many rings. Yeah, I don't believe that he's actually... Alright. Yeah, okay, so let's just... Actually, you know what? It's been a bit since we talked to Ryan, I think. Let's check down here first, in case somebody's there who wasn't there before or something. Never know. No, nothing, and also nothing new. Well, I'll go over to the TV. Yeah, but then I could... Another one, or is this the same we already saw? It's the one we already saw, right? Unless it's a later seminar, but I think this is the same one. I'll let it play just in case. Well, for a little bit at least. I'll let it.
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. Born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness by governments and religions through the ages with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness, and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society. I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power. An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success. But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it, and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
I agree, Monmouth. I think he actually did a really good job. Yeah, he seems like a solid actor to me. He doesn't seem like somebody who should. I don't know about like all the situations in his career, so I don't know what reality is. But he doesn't seem like somebody who should be struggling for parts. He seems like a solid actor to me. Honestly, I could see. I mean, if I were in that position, if I had the money and control, and if I had like control, meaning like the influence to be able to offer it, and I had a story that needed to be told or something, I could see myself hiring him as an actor for something that I were doing. He seems solid, like I said. Very good. Yeah. The passion and stuff seems like the way he acted that part seemed like, or conveyed very well, that Ryan was passionate about this idea he has in running Atlas, right? Yeah, for sure. Cult wants members to do something they would never do. Maybe that is to lower their guard against subconscious suggestions. One more reason to never learn lyrics of Smooth Criminal. Who knew that MJ was actually secretly tied to Atlas? That's right. Yeah, exactly. Seriously, like, I mean, applause. I honestly, I think he did, not just there. Now, there's a little bit weaker. Now, you have to, okay, I'll preface this by saying part of an actor being successful at acting is having a solid director as well. The director has to be able to tell the actor what they want and convey it in such a way that the actor understands properly, okay? And I think there were some parts, not many, I think mostly it's fine, or even really great, but there were some minor parts here and there where Jenks's conversations with Ryan showed slightly less, not bad, but less good acting from the actor who played Ryan. But I would not fault the actor. I think that's a flaw in the director, I would say. It feels like the director did not get the take from the actor and then say, okay, really great. I would like a little more emphasis here, a little less strong here. You know, the fine tuning, I feel, was off a little bit. And the fine tuning is really what the director manages. The actor delivers, the director manages the fine tuning. And I don't think there was enough fine tuning. So I think still great acting, but poor fine tuning because the director didn't convey what exactly he or she or whatever was really looking for out of that scene quite the way that it needed to be conveyed. He's swirling all the time, so you know. Just for no particular reason except, just it felt like a little rummage. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so nothing new on the DVDs. This room's empty, if I remember right. Now, we found something post. I don't think it was the torch, but we found something post-speech, I think, in this room, but we already got that, so there's nothing more. Yeah, see if there's more for Ryan, I guess.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Single malt, yeah. I wonder sometimes how many of these situations would there be, like if the characters were real, how many of these situations where somebody's drinking, they would be using actual ice versus that kind of stays cold cubes fake ice stuff. At least for a time in the United States, that was kind of a thing. I don't really know if that's a thing anymore these days, but anyway. Okay, let's see. Dolls with them for a month. This seems to kind of contradict with this, right? It's not exactly a contradiction. Shock aspect of the corpse. Isn't that... Are these in the same... These kind of contradict, right? If he only dabbles, why would he try out for a band? But maybe not. Okay. Seem a little bit not quite parallel, but okay. Okay, there's this. I think this is a contradiction. Let's see. Doll burning ceremony. Okay, if this occurs every few weeks, that's not really a way to phase that out, is it? Well, really? Okay. Doesn't really think it works. Students carry the dolls with them for a month. Maybe he doesn't regard the doll burning as auto-hypnosis. Huh. Some of these seem kind of close, but I guess they're not quite contradictions. Place in Scotland, Scots aren't going to tell you about. Yeah. Okay, moving along, I'll just try to keep some of this stuff in mind, I guess. End of stage party. I don't think that's in conflict. I think that's fine. Okay. None of these mention drugs or... No. And at the old hall. I don't know. The Atlas 3-month intensive training course offers you the chance to learn practical, effective, and highly sought-after real-world business skills recognized by some of the largest companies and industries in the world. Easily the best business course I've ever taken, blah, blah, blah. Book your place now, etc. Okay. I don't know. Right, Silua. No, I agree. I was just thinking, though, if they're doing the doll burning, there's probably auto-hypnosis involved at some point in that process. So he's saying auto-hypnosis really isn't a part of the course, but they regularly do the doll burning, like every month or whatever it is. It's like, well, if you're regularly doing that, how are you phasing that out? How are you phasing auto-hypnosis out when you regularly engage in an auto-hypnosis type activity, right? That's not phasing it out, I guess, is kind of where the angle I was going at, but I did not find a contradiction, so I guess not. At least not at present. Simon also drives, but isn't sure. I don't know that we have anything useful about that right now. bird and cage is a symbol used on the course. If only we could get Ryan to admit that he was having an affair with Emma, then we could say, well, you didn't buy a freedom necklace except you did. Well, no, actually, never mind. No, because we previously revealed that Paul bought the necklace for Emma. That's right. So I don't think we have the other piece of information yet, but I think this here is in direct conflict with Paul hitting on Emma, even though Paul was not the one that Emma ended up with. So Emma ended up with Ryan, right? I don't know if she was with Ryan before or after Paul hit on her. I'm assuming, it seems like it's been going on for a while now, like maybe a year, I don't know. So if it's been going for a bit, I would guess that Ryan and Emma were having their affair before the incident the previous year where Paul hit on her by buying her a necklace. So this, if that's true, I don't know that that's true, but that's what I'm thinking is going on. If that's true, that is in direct contradiction with this, right? Ryan claims he thinks people are free to do what they like. But if Ryan knew that Paul, his dad, hit on Emma, would he really think people are free to do what they want? I mean, maybe as an overall principle, but would that be an exception for him because he is jealous? I don't know. There's also, of course, the hypocrisy of being jealous that someone is hitting on your affair when you're a big cheater yourself. But, you know, whatever. Well, yeah, so this is what I'm saying is, first of all, I don't know if that's true. I suspect that's true, but I don't know, right? But what I'm saying is, even if that's true, what I was postulating, we don't have a contradictory statement from Ryan currently to use this against him, right? We would need the statement that Ryan would say that he saw Paul hitting on Emma, basically, right? And then if we knew that he was aware that his dad hit on his affair, then we could potentially use this against him. But we don't have a statement saying that he knew about it. Yeah, exactly. It could be a contradiction. It has to be true, and Ryan has to have known it was happening, right? And then kind of also we have to tie in some kind of negative response from Ryan, right? So people are free what they like to do, except you get upset when your dad hits on your affair, right? It's not solid by any means. I'm just saying that's a possible avenue coming up. Just while I was looking over other stuff, that occurred to me as a possibility. I do find this a little, it's not maybe like a big thing, but and I think I said this before, but this is a small contradiction, right? He knows Paul went too far, but people are free to do what they like. Well, if people are free to do whatever they want, can they really go too far? I mean, obviously I think they can, but I'm just saying that philosophy kind of falls apart a little bit. Because if everybody is allowed to do whatever they want, there's no such thing as going too far. Because encompassed in part of free to do whatever they want would be you can kill somebody. I would say killing somebody is going too far. But if your philosophy is that they can do whatever they want without giving any exceptions or caveats, that's a contradiction, right? But This isn't a contradiction. I'm just doing this to clear the queue. Liam was strong and outgoing, but he committed suicide? Does not seem to make sense, right? Doesn't seem to match. Liam seemed happy, strong and outgoing. Symbol not used, of course. Which is true. The only other time we have the symbol is on that poster. So this could still be true. The symbol's not used on the course. I feel like it probably is. At least based on what we have so far, I would think it is. If Ryan has a background in psychology, he's not very good at the psychology. There's an if here, right? Kind of a big if. I don't think it was. But if Kate Vine's death was a suicide, and if Liam's death was also a suicide, 2 suicides in 2 years, both passing individuals, both deceased individuals, supposedly looked healthy and good and confident and everything to Ryan. But Ryan has a background in psychology. See what I'm getting at? I don't think they were, but if both of those were suicides, there should be some kind of underlying causality for their going over the edge where they actually take their own lives. And if that was the case, if there was some kind of underlying cause to all of that, well, maybe a separate cause each, but if each of them had a cause that pushed them over the edge, if Ryan's worth anything in psychology, he should be able to see that, right? Some warning signs about somebody who is struggling with their life, right? Where they're maybe contemplating exiting. I'm not saying they should, like a normal person should expect to see all the signs, but if Ryan is supposedly trained in psychology, then he should be able to recognize that, or he's not very good at psychology, or doesn't remember much from his days in psychology, something along those lines. Long as you don't steal from cult leaders, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Gosh, I'm not seeing... Okay,
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Hey, Phil Fox, welcome. Welcome. Okay, enough of that silliness. Okay, so I didn't spot a specific... I spotted some ideas for contradictions with Ryan, but I did not actually spot specific contradictions. So let's go back around. Let's try James and then maybe Paul. If Paul has yet another, it's just like, do you even believe anything Paul tells you then? If he's constantly lying to you?
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying, like, if there are all these contradictions, you start to be like, okay, you said that. Okay, Paul. Sure, buddy. Sure, we'll pretend to believe you. Alright. Did not socialize with Kate. Knew her through Emma. Wasn't really paying attention to her, I guess. I don't remember the last time he saw her. Go. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know for sure, but I think so. Do you now? Do you now? Do you feel special, lass? That's great. Hopefully you continue to cherish that warm, fuzzy feel in your heart. Is there anything suggesting Paul had been in the pub more recently than in the last 2 months? What is some of the newer stuff that he told us? Oh. I'm looking the wrong... For some reason I was thinking we were on Paul, but we're on James. So that's not the same thinking I was doing. Let's see. Okay. Where's... Oh, there. This one right, yeah. So this... Did we not... I don't remember now. Did we do this with this? Who the crap are we talking about? Talking to right now? Okay, hang on. Yeah, James, right? James wouldn't know. Okay, that's what I thought. We're talking to James. So, where was it now? Crap, where was it? This. So James says he doesn't know about the mask. Then he did the third eye flyer. What? Okay. You don't know anything about that, but can't do the whole thing, right? Maybe. No, that's not. I had a train of thought and I lost it now. That's right. And I'm like older than 12. I've gone through puberty. I had a train of thought. I lost it now. And I was going to use it because that train of thought was going to be a couple things I want to check for a possible contradiction. I'm not saying I was pretty sure I found a contradiction, but there was like an avenue I wanted to investigate. Now I can't remember what I was going to do. Shoot. Let's see. Doesn't know anything about doll burning. Never went to a Third Eye meeting. I don't know. Okay. Not sure there's really much of a connection to Liam here. Oh yeah? So the AI didn't work out, so you had to delete it? Well, that's too bad. Let me think. Something doesn't sit right with me about this. Like, why would James not know anything about doll burning when he's into the the occult or whatever. I don't understand. Where was this, right? Oh, but he gave it. Yeah, that's right. He gave it to us, and we can't really try and use that, just generally. Sells a mirror, no profit. Only makes the mirrors for others. I'm not really a fan of how I'm still not finding stuff. And today, I'm not going to pretend I'm like the most wide awake I've ever been, or but today I'm actually like able to focus and to be attentive, and I'm still not putting. Okay, scrying's possible without a mirror. Yeah, the mirror is just one way of scrying that, so that's in line. I don't know. Okay, he's not discussed the course with Simon. Does that conflict with... Let me see, there's somewhere here where he... Where was it? Here. Sold a scrying mirror to Kate Vine last year. Didn't socialize with her. Can't remember last time he saw Kate. Yeah, just because he sold the mirror to Kate the previous year doesn't mean that he didn't see her since then. Or that he couldn't remember when the last time he saw her was, right? Because it may have been that the year, like the time when he sold Kate Vine the scrying mirror was the last time he saw her, but he may not remember if that was the last time. So that's not a contradiction. Selling her a mirror does not amount to socializing, so that's also not one. Haven't been to the pub in over 2 months. I don't believe that, but I don't think that contradicts with anything else you said, right? Not been to the pub in over 2 months. Fair. I just don't. Okay. Third eye were a cult, local cult, and slave traders. That's not. I was just clearing it out. Yeah, I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll be right back. I'm kind of spinning my tires at the moment. I keep seeming to circle back to the same comparisons, which doesn't do me any good when the comparisons don't really contradict. So I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not for it's not so. Yeah, I mean, I can't obviously. I'm not going to argue with how you feel about it yourself, of course. I will say that I don't find it. Well, sometimes I find it a little frustrating, but I don't find it frustrating so much as just it's really demanding on my brain, right, to try to put things together.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
See if there's yet another contradiction from Paul. I don't know. Not really sure.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Didn't the DVD, so straighten me out if I'm misremembering, Monmouth, but didn't the DVD that we just reviewed again earlier tonight have Ryan saying Atlas? It was an Atlas DVD, right? It was not a Third Eye DVD? Because here, Paul is saying that the DVD was made on the night of Liam's death. Liam died when the seminar or the course or whatever was called Third Eye. But the DVD we watched was Atlas. So the DVD would not have been made on the night of Liam's death if that DVD that was taken or whatever was in fact an Atlas DVD, which I think it was, right? I think that's what we saw. Like, we lost the DVD from our inventory, but it was one of the ones we pulled from that stack. It was just another one of those that was an Atlas DVD, right? I think so. Yeah. I mean, ultimately we'll figure it out. It's right, Phil Fox. I just, it takes a little bit. He claims all the students enjoyed the stunt, but I don't think Liam did. But I don't think that also drove Liam to kill himself. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah. It's understandable. But see, this says was at Atlas the night Liam died. So I don't know how that works. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't Third Eye. So, what was... Yeah, I say did not steal from Liam, so it's still the whole reluctantly respecting the law still could apply. Freedom necklace, insistent buy it for Kate. Well, we know he bought it for Emma now, so that's fine. That explains that. So... yeah, okay, I guess. But I'm really not finding something new. I'm really not sure at this point. What was it
Thank
that
you.
Ryan was
Probably
saying
be
about
back later.
the bag and Monarch costumes? I've tried in a couple places, but try again. Because I may not have done it in every place. Not there. Probably not down here, but I'll just try in the different places. Yeah, because I don't think I've actually had a point where it said, oh yeah, you could use that or whatever. I don't think I've had a response when trying to use it where it said, hey, it worked or something, some such. You found something new or whatever. Nothing there. Well, further up. So. No, it would be farther up, not further. It would be farther. Farther versus further. Farther because far is a distance, like that's far away. So if it's a physical distance, you use farther. Otherwise, you use further. Like a measurable distance. So you could say, let's read further or something. Anyway. That's not important, but I'm just letting you know. That's how that works. Since I saw the farther, or said it, or whatever. I have to check behind the pub, maybe, possibly. I think I did use it in these couple of places here, but I'll try again. Not there. Oh, there we go. Oh, you know what it was? Well, I'll tell you. Hang on. Car something? Devil worshippers?
Well. And there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
Ah. Depending on how you're using travel. If you mean travel, just continue traveling, that's different. But if you mean travel going to a spot, then you'd use farther. That's right. Yeah. So the problem with the flashlight I had, I was looking for, excuse me, some kind of magnifying glass to show up. I think after I found the flashlight, because I did remember that he talks about the darkness here. Earlier, but I thought it was going to show a magnifying glass. I think that's probably why I had not used it before. Okay, so vandalized car photos. Interesting. Whose car is that? Is that Rebecca's car? So if I go this way and then I come back, now when I return, can't really see it from this angle very well. So I would need to go back and then go back to the village center here. You can only sort of see some red here, and I don't know that I can't see enough to tell if that's the make of the car. It's definitely not the car at Paul's house. His is a silver, right? What is it, a Beamer? Something, it's not a Beamer. What is it? I don't remember what the make and model is. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, let's just ask individuals about it. Let's go back.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Know anything about these?
Nope.
That was pretty much.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Pretty short and to the point. Alright, so... Whoops, not what I want. This is what I want. Back to Rebecca's pub. Oh, wait. I completely skipped Paul's. Let's go to Brandon's house.
Ask about a few more things, please. Do you know what these are?
Yes, that's Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
You know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
Okay.
That's all for the moment, thank you. Couple more questions, if that's okay. Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. God, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
He wastes money on guitars, but it doesn't mean that he uses all this money, though. I was saying, if he wastes money on guitars, how can he afford a car? But it doesn't mean he used all the monies. Or all the monies? What am I, like a non-English speaker, native? Anyway, you know what I mean. Well, fine then, Monmouth. Investigator's gonna stay here 20 minutes to think about one question you could ask. Well, IRL, I would be reviewing notes in a notebook. I wouldn't go there, sit down, and then be like, what can I ask you? I would have my question formulated ahead of time, right? But I can't conveniently see the information laid out very well on a person by person basis without going to talk to them, right? So obviously it's not how I would actually do it IRL, Cosmic. I would look at the stuff first, then I would go back and talk to him. No, I agree, Phil Fox. I don't think she's dead because of that either. I think she's dead because, well, I don't know exactly why, but I think she's dead because of something tied to Atlas and or Third Eye. That she discovered something about that and somebody wanted her to stay silent. Or, and possibly Liam did that the year before as well. Or part of some kind of ceremony or exercise that they do in the program got them each killed, either directly during the program, although I don't think that's as likely, or that you have some kind of... So, for example, there was a guy named Kyle that Simon mentioned who had been carving into a tree or whatever and did this symbol or whatever, who seemed a bit more fanatical about things, about Third Eye or Atlas, right? So I feel like it could be some kind of fanatic, occult type of thing, not that it was actually voodoo per se, but that somebody obsessed with the ideas in the program or something took them too far. I think that's a possibility, although I'm suspecting that's more of a cover. I feel like somebody didn't like Kate or Liam discovering something about the program or about a person, and they didn't want that information to get out, and so they killed them, but they made it look like there was some kind of obsessive following or something that did it. I don't know for sure, but of course. Unless you have something really interesting to offer. Yeah. Gardner. What a certain Gardner might have written on that on the car? Which Gardner would have written? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Cosmic. You know, I did just think, I think we might have a contradiction with James again. I don't know for sure. Right, but he puts... Well, no, maybe not. He puts the symbol, or there's the symbol, yeah, that James put on the anti-third eye poster that he made, right? But that doesn't mean that James did this. This is the symbol for third eye, but that doesn't mean that it's James's doing, right? So maybe that's not a contradiction, actually, now that I think it through.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Here.
Few more questions, please. Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Have you seen these before?
No. Don't know the car.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Now let's see if Ryan says he doesn't know the car. Maybe. I do think there's more that they're not telling. I don't know how much I do or don't suspect them being involved directly in the death. I don't think Emma is actually involved in the death. I think Rebecca might be. I don't think Emma is. But I could be wrong.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I have no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And, I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right, thank you.
We have a new person to talk to, also. Potentially, I think so. Otherwise, why say it's at the end of the lane, right? Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
let's
Probably be
gather
back later.
information from Lisa at the end of the lane first, I guess. Let's see. Let's go down here.
Could that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
Exactly
Is
what
it
I
Lisa?
thought.
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you. I'll just go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers.
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them. You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on. I make sure it's all bright. I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her. I'm sorry, I have to go now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What a very fragile and disturbed person, and utterly convinced that Atlas are worshipping the devil. How are Ryan and Paul going to get out of this one?
Interesting. Let's see what James has to say about it, if anything. James did say this, right? Grooming and controlling students' minds to make money. They pretend to be improved, but in fact they rob your identity and use barbaric methods to wipe your memories and destroy your personality. So that's not really exactly saying devil worshippers, but it's kind of on the same, in the same vein, right? Yeah, so well, for somebody studying psychology, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like I was saying earlier, right? Ryan really seems not to have a good grasp on psychology for somebody who claims to have studied it, right? Because he says that he had studied it, or that he had a background in psychology, but he didn't think anything was wrong of these two people that supposedly killed themselves. Doesn't really match up, right? Totally trust someone claiming to be police without uniform to come inside and talk about something he cannot say what it is while outside. Well, I mean, he doesn't want to shout it in front of everybody, right? Because he's trying to not draw attention to his investigation, right? He's trying to keep his investigation on the DL, right? That's kind of why I think so well. I think Fofox, I don't... The feeling is that Lisa was a little bit troubled. That she had... I mean, what Ryan was saying, she had psychological issues, but I think Lisa... I'm not saying it's devil worshippers or something, but I think Lisa saw things she couldn't explain. It freaked her out. And so she's traumatized by it. So she has these ideas, right? When you see something you can't explain, your mind automatically tries to fill in the blanks, right? And make some sense out of it. So I think it was done the way it should have been done, because I think it's supposed to feel like kind of a crazy thing, because it's supposed to make you go, wait, what the hell did Lisa see, right? What's going on, actually? Yeah, quite the interaction. Well, Jenks showed his badge, so he's not somebody she knows, but he's an authority figure, so you would hopefully, I mean, you can't always trust them, of course, but generally you would let them talk with you, right? I would think. Yeah. Well... Yeah, I agree, Cosmic, but I don't think it's she's going to do something. I think it's something's going to be done to her. I don't know for sure, but I feel like Liam was eliminated, Kate was eliminated, now Lisa gets eliminated, maybe? Now, I don't know about the other two murders, but I think it's very possible. Let me say that, because I don't think she will necessarily, but I think it's very possible Rebecca will be involved in the disappearance of Lisa at some point. I don't know for sure. But Ryan was saying how, like, Rebecca could be scary and stuff, so... That might just be another way of saying Rebecca is a formidable foe, but it could also be that Rebecca is dangerous. I don't know exactly what it's trying to say. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't personally think it was over the top. I think it was accurately conveyed. My opinion, just my opinion. You don't have to agree. It's fine. I think it was done correctly because it was conveying her supposed mental instability or the trauma that she experienced or whatever. Unless you're talking about the acting, and then I wasn't really paying enough attention to the acting per se to try to judge whether the acting was overacting or not. Didn't seem too bad to me, but I wasn't really focusing on the acting itself, so it depends on what you mean by that. Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, that's possible, Cosmic. Maybe she tries to flee. Yeah, and then she'll get caught or something. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about a different scene or just the idea of the devil worshipper angle? And if it's just the idea, again, I would say, just for me personally, it's just one character's perspective on things, and her brain trying to make sense of something that may or may not be explainable, really, right? So I don't know.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa. Lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
If you can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts, you've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times. Got talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. But she was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she's more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
I think the only other person that mentioned devil was Ryan. He had said that this symbol was like a devil sign or something, supposedly. I think that's who it was. I don't think it was... Pretty sure it's not James. James is more government conspiracy, not like satanic, devil worshiper stuff. Let me see. Oh, there is this, though. He mentions it's used in Satanism. But that still doesn't really have any remote contradiction to this thing, I think. Investigators gotta take smaller notes. A lot of wasted paper. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's fine, but I mean, yeah. It's not like we're getting into, like, Ouija boards and stuff, but I get what you're saying, Popox. That's true. I mean, I kind of feel the same way to a degree, at least. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. So on those photographs, yeah, exactly. James is not okay with the devil worshipping stuff, but he thinks the government is after him. Okay, dude. Yeah. Yeah. So on these, there's the third eye symbol again. This must just be the logo they used, though, right? Visited the farm a few times.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Not really sure that I'm seeing a contradiction initially about Lisa or stuff Jim said between other Third Eye stuff and Lisa, so maybe not yet, at least. Let's talk to Paul.
A few more questions, if you don't
He
mind.
doesn't live as far away, so he may know Lisa, but I don't know. We'll see.
Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You are misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming. Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks.
Suddenly Jenks gets all quiet. That's fine, thanks. Sorry I said anything. He got put in his place, apparently. Where is... I'm missing... Where... Oh, here it is. No, he doesn't say anything about the symbol being bad. Is that Atlas? Okay.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I'm not seeing anything initially. I can always circle back to it later, but I don't think I'm not seeing anything initially that looks contradictory. Scout casting spells at Forest. He is normal, but conjuring demons, that's just crazy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, so well.
Couple more questions, if that's
it's
okay.
Like, okay, dude, are you like listening to yourself talk? Yeah.
Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about. Why, who's been talking?
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks.
Okay, this is a little bit of a, I think, I don't know that it'll turn out to be a contradiction in the game. This is a little bit of a contradiction, though. So she says she's never come across anyone involved with the occult, which is fine. I'm not saying that the occult is involved. But she says this, but then... where is it? Where is it? says James casts spells in the woods. Somebody casting spells in the woods is not somebody involved in the occult? Really? That's not going to show as a contradiction, though, apparently. I still think that's contradictory, but like I said, for game terms, it didn't turn out to be anything more, right?
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
So I guess, I mean, I could be missing it, but I don't think Rebecca has, at present, something contradictory going with the newest things we've learned.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
At Atlas.
Devil worship at Atlas? No, there's none of that.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. He's like, I'm absolutely sure there's no black magic about. Okay, sure. But it's somebody else. But you know for sure. Yeah, okay. Okay. Wait, but okay, maybe not. It was just creepy. Saw him last Friday. So here's the thing that I noticed and that I'm remembering from before. So when Emma kind of demonstrated using the scrying mirror for Jinx, she looked at the mirror and there was a pause, like some uncertainty, like almost like her expression said something along the lines of, wait, what just happened? And then she kind of blinked a couple of times and said, no, it just doesn't work. Could that be something similar to what Lisa had experienced and they're interpreting it differently? Lisa somehow thinks it's some kind of occult devil thing, and Emma somehow saw something that maybe reflected something about her personality or something that she didn't like, and she's just not admitting it. Either way, maybe doing the scrying thing in the mirror presents something you don't like, and respond differently, you have a different idea or whatever about how or what that might be or what is going on when you experience something you don't like. I don't know if that makes much sense, but I did find it interesting that they both Lisa and Emma kind of had these like what responses to mirrors.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I guess we'll go talk to Ryan. Technically, more stuff might have happened in between, right? So maybe it's important to go back through the woods one more time. Well, one more time, not the only, like the last time we're going to do it or something. But... just because we're going back to Atlas in general anyway, so. Yep, doesn't seem like much. I keep going back into here, like as more, like some new information comes out or a new time comes up or whatever, because Paul said that whatever his name is, but the cleaner shows up here at odd times, right? So I just don't know when he's going to show up, so I keep checking back, right? I'm not expecting him to be there necessarily, but in case he does happen to show up. This also maybe, because you never know if Lisa, like, although I wouldn't expect her to come back here. And I don't think there's anything here either, but let me, because we did it earlier, I don't know if I'd use this. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay, I didn't think so, but just in case.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Photos of his car vandalized last year by a student named Lisa Blint. Lisa had psychological problems, asked for a refund. Doesn't know why Lisa wrote devil worshippers. So lives alone at the end of the lane. Doesn't know. Well, let's ask this first, and then...
Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blint?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blint, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas. We even tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
Yeah, this is a contradiction, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't know anything about devil worship, but he somewhere said that he used to study the occult when he was younger. Where is it? Let's see, not that. Is the mask? No. Used to read about black magic and satanic rituals. But he doesn't know anything about devil worship. Sure there, Ryan, sure.
Aha.
So, you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously, I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing. We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This. We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look. Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Oh, touch wood, so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this?
I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Prompted them to introduce an aptitude test. Does use some disturbing techniques. Wonder how many people went to learn business tactics and turned around the moment they saw people in a circle burning dolls with wearing long Buddha masks. I know, like, you have a ceremony like that. I mean, I get what Ryan claims is the point of that, but you have something like that going on, and then you're in the course to learn to be a better potential business, or to be better at business in whatever facet, right? And then you get into like this, what seems to be more like occult type things. I'd start questioning the validity of the course. I don't know if I'd start feeling like I was being possessed by a demon or something, but I would feel like that this is a business course, right? This is kind of the same thing, right? Doesn't know why she wrote devil worshippers, but they use some disturbing techniques. Well, let's make the rounds again with this new aptitude test.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Let's just do the manual, like, one at a time, going back through the woods again, because we seem to occasionally find stuff, either at the gate here or in the forest as we use that. So just in case. Left. Jetty. Again. End. Okay, so nothing new in the forest, it looks like, so far.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
In a devil town, be afraid of your own shadow, too. Yeah. I mean, if there actually was devil worshiping going on in the town, I would be freaking out, yeah.
Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. But they didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting.
I don't know, well, I guess it depends on what you mean by it or whatever. I don't know that I would say that Emma is in tune with it. I don't think Emma's afraid of it. Lisa's afraid of it. Emma, I don't think, is afraid of it. But I do think Emma felt like something was weird. Possibly wrong. Maybe that's a little too far, though. But she felt something was weird about it. I don't know that I think she was in tune with it, like she had understood or recognized or whatever. I think she saw something funny, like odd, about it that threw her off, right? There was something queer in what she saw in the mirror. She didn't know how to handle that. I don't know that I would say it was like she was in line with whatever was going on with the mirror. I'm not sure that I would agree with that assessment, but you might be right. Don't know that I'm finding anything conflicting in the new information.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
See what Emma says.
Have you seen one of these before?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests, fitness and stuff like that.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Do my usual check. Let's see if anything's down this way. Probably not, but... I also assume I don't need anything, but let's do this just in case. No, yeah, okay.
Ask about a few more things, please.
sees more. Yeah, sorry that I'm not quite getting what you mean. I do agree that she sees something different. I think she definitely sees something different, whereas Lisa sees some kind of demon, maybe like a dark part of herself or something. Maybe that's the connection. Maybe somehow, I'm not saying it's supernatural or something, I don't know, right, what's going on exactly, but maybe each of them is seeing kind of a darker part of themselves. Lisa is interpreting that as there's a demon version of herself, so she thinks she's possessed by a demon or something, whereas Emma sees like something dark about herself, decides she doesn't like it, so she sees it and is like, wait, what? That's not me, or whatever, and finds it odd. Maybe something like that's going on? I'm not sure.
Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
None of this stuff is seeming to... I don't think I'm seeing anything that's a contradiction here either. Because Rebecca never says that Kate seemed unstable at all, or that Liam seemed unstable at all. So
that's it for the time being. Thank you.
Let's talk to Paul, maybe. Paul. James, possibly. I think Paul would be more likely to have something to say, if anything.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Well, no, I think often you do. Maybe sometimes you struggle with it, Fofox, but I think often you explain, well enough that I understand. Just in this particular case, maybe not so much. People need phantom thieves to help with their personal problems.
Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas Aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Well, wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
Does this say how old Kate Vine is? I was gonna see if she was maybe younger than 21 or something, but is this date of birth? So 94? 15 would have made her 21, but no. Wait, yes. Yes, 20th of May, and this is 1st of November. So that would have been approximately half year later. So she would have been 21 and a half. Yeah. Okay, so I think she was fine as far as that goes.
Thank you. Probably be back later. A few more questions, please.
Oh, right, because, yeah, because James didn't go to Atlas, right, ever, so he wouldn't know about the aptitude test, that's true.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Sure, let's call the chief again, just in case. We did get some more information, so just in case. In case we need this before moving on further.
Make it interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students sitting around a fire taking it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
You're hoping I'm going to say tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis. Hypnotizing yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbs Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe for her, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jex.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
Oh, very funny, very funny. Bye-bye.
Very funny, very funny. Age increased to 21. The little girl earlier must have been older than I thought. The little girl? Which little girl do you mean? Are you talking about the one at the end of the street? That was Lisa. And they had her enter the course before they raised the requirement. So after she had gone to the course, because she's like 18 or something, right? So after she had attended, they raised the age limit. Required you to be older.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Aha. So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships with students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
Really?
Interesting admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
Let's see. So where did the extra clue go? Hang on. So if I could find the other clue, this would become a problem, right? Where he says it's unprofessional to get involved with people, except that he tried to date Emma, so... Avoids relationships with students. There we go.
Aha. So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
10 p.m. Okay.
10 o'clock, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
Oh, we're supposed to solve by midnight? Oh, crap. I didn't realize we had a time limit there. There was a child burning a straw doll? Oh, I don't remember that scene enough. I guess I guess maybe there was then. I don't remember that. I thought they were all just like college-age students. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure you don't flirt. Right, sure. That's why you happen to flirt with Emma, right? Sure. Okay, bro. Sure, bro. Okay. So what was the latest thing that Paul told us then? Okay. Let's see. Let's do my usual check. Oh, the pub. There we go.
I really don't think it's my place, darling.
It is your place here.
I just don't want to tell tales.
Tell him about Simon. You know what happens when you don't do as I say.
Ah. So it's going to be that kind of evening, is it?
If you play your cards right.
Only if you deal.
Problems?
Hello, Inspector. See you later.
Okay. Probably the restaurant will be where we find Ryan now, since he's no longer at Atlas. No one flirts with him. Well, Fofox, just because you don't find him attractive, other women might not. I don't know. I don't know, right? But I've heard some people say that some women find the power attractive, not necessarily the person who has the power. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying I've heard that said, and so that's a possibility, I suppose. Oh, we can now examine this area. Interesting. Oh yeah, because Ryan dropped that off.
Well, isn't that interesting? A few more questions, if you don't mind. The cupboard downstairs, there's a lot of unopened stuff in it.
Is there?
Prescriptions. Made out to you.
Oh, they're just spare painkillers. The chemist always gives us too many. He's a friend of the family.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Doesn't take any drugs or medicines, except when she needs painkillers.
Aha. So, you don't take any medicines except for prescription painkillers.
Well, they're not actually for me, they're Ryan's. For some reason, the chemist always makes them out to my name. He's an old gentleman.
Does Ryan need prescription painkillers?
Yes, he's got arthritis.
Really? He's young to suffer from that, isn't he?
He doesn't have it badly, but he does need medication from time to time.
What medicine is it?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Ryan will know.
So Ryan's the one using the prescriptions. I think I might have a word with him, work out exactly what this medicine is.
You just keep lying. We've only found, this is only the second contradiction we found from her so far. I'm not saying she hasn't lied other times, but we only have evidence of 2 lies so far with her. So Emma was the one that was doing a lot more lying. Emma had 4 contradictions up to this point. Instead of sugar, they have white cubes. The healthier choice, yeah. Okay. No, it was... or is it? This, right? She made the dolls for Ryan because Ryan has arthritis, I guess. It's not a contradiction, though.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Okay. Where do we find Ryan? Are we going to find him at the restaurant or back at Atlas? Maybe back at Atlas? Why would he not just stay here at the pub? Oh, he might be back at Paul and Rand's home. Maybe.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Is this just Paul? Oh, maybe.
When did Ryan begin to suffer from arthritis?
Ryan doesn't suffer from arthritis.
Really?
The only thing that Ryan suffers from is a pathetic inability to deal with any kind of discomfort. He pulled his back sometime last year. Since then, he's going around telling everybody he suffers from arthritis.
I thought he had medication for it.
Oh, he only has medication because his GP, who is almost as dysfunctional as he is, keeps prescribing it for him.
So you don't believe he really has arthritis?
Not at all.
He was back last year. I'm gonna use the bathroom again really fast. Be right back. nice, understanding father. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think anybody would be pinning that on him, right? So, well, that said, it does sound like it sounds like it's possible. I don't know that it is true, but it's also possible that he's not the nicest in how he says it, but it's possible he does have some good reason for being critical of Ryan saying he has arthritis. If Ryan doesn't in fact have arthritis, if Ryan just has a little bit of discomfort and gets arthritis medication or something, I could see that being a criticism. I'm not saying it's a valid criticism. I'm just saying I could see that being something he would criticize. Back last year. Excuse me. Okay.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Wonder if maybe Paul's up here trying to play his guitars or something now. Maybe he's all the way back at Atlas. I don't think James is going to know anything about the prescriptions and stuff, right? So, we got Paul, we got Rebecca. I doubt Emma or Simon know about it either. Let's just go, let's go here. We do have this for some reason. I would expect at some point we'll get into there, but I guess not yet. Emma might know because she's having the affair with him, right? He really wouldn't have heard the metal clank on the ground like that, huh?
Bit careless, Simon. Probably nothing important, but at this stage, I need all the clues I can get. Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Did you know about Ryan Rand's arthritis?
Arthritis? I didn't think Ryan had arthritis.
Have you seen this before?
Nope. Sorry, never heard of him.
More and more problems are cropping up between Simon and Emma, right? Simon has things like the card and stuff that Emma doesn't know about. Emma's having an affair that Simon doesn't. I mean, it's, you know.
What do you know about this?
This is Simon's. I bought this for him when we were on holiday. Has he lost it?
He dropped it.
He can't keep anything.
Don't think this has any much connection that I can see, at least, with earlier stuff. Yeah. Fix the lock on the bike. Is that key ring to that? Yeah, that's not really contradiction, though. Okay,
Thank you.
let's go with Simon.
Probably be back later.
Occult dad has been keeping his son under his thumb and feels the back pain claims are an excuse against him, being too harsh, and for that reason reacts hostilely. In a hostile way to that. Yeah, possibly. It's a good point.
Did you know about Ryan's arthritis?
Ryan? He's got arthritis?
Apparently.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't noticed he had any problems.
I think you dropped this outside. Someone you know.
Oh, this is just from some IT guy I met. I don't need it.
Fair enough. I noticed some numbers on the back. Do you need these?
I don't know. What is it?
1905?
Oh, yeah, that's just a pin for something. It's okay, I can remember it.
So not an offshore savings account or anything?
No, it's not important.
I just had a thought. If I talk to him about the ring, the key ring, I might return it back. Well, let me think. If anybody else really would know about it, though, probably not. But maybe I should go ask other people first about the other stuff.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Talk to Simon just to make sure that I get all of the possible conversations. This again, the usual rounds. Nothing. Yeti. Right. Back. Right. There. atrium.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Do you know what the medicine in the cupboard at the pub is for?
You'd better ask Rebecca about that. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. She tends to keep her wares under lock and key. So, you know, our wedding night was quite a surprise.
What? Okay. TMI.
Tell me about your arthritis.
Oh, you found out about that. Well, yes, I'm old before my time.
It's very unlucky to have it so young.
Well, I take a lot from life, Inspector, and sometimes life likes to give you a little bit back. I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too debilitating. It's mainly some in my right hand, some in my left hand. It's not particularly a problem. Makes it difficult to hold small things, though.
What do you take for it?
I get a prescription painkiller.
How often do you need that?
Not often, as and when. I keep some here, I keep some at home. It's not a problem.
Yeah, I already think I spotted a contradiction with what he just said, but let's do the other two things first.
Know anything about this?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. We have our own IT chap. Lovely chap, in fact. Fat and sweaty, though. It's like a double act, doesn't it?
Some of these people are really kind of gross, these characters.
Have you seen this before?
No, sorry.
I don't expect these other characters to necessarily have seen something. But okay, so this is, I think, the contradiction. He keeps painkillers here, but they say this doesn't keep any medicines on site, or doesn't allow drugs or alcohol, either one.
Aha. So, you don't keep any medicines on site at Atlas?
No.
Except your prescription painkillers?
Well, these are not available to the students.
But they are kept on site?
Yes, but they're locked away. They're kept in the storeroom. Nobody would have access to them.
You're sure about that?
Absolutely sure.
And what are the painkillers, Ryan?
They're painkillers. Just painkillers. Normal painkillers.
Paracetamol, codeine, morphine.
Well, all right, they're morphine tablets, yes.
Oh, really?
Oh, come on, Inspector. I know what you're thinking, but there's no way Kate could have had access to them.
Because they're in the storeroom?
Well, not just that. She wouldn't have even known about them, or where they were.
Sure about that?
Yes.
So it is morphine Ryan's taking. The pieces are starting to come together. Now I just have to work out how Kate got hold of it. If it was Ryan's morphine she got hold of course.
What about, say, Rebecca, knowing that Ryan keeps the morphine and found out about Ryan cheating on her with... Well, cheating on her with Emma, though. So she would have been lashing out at Emma, not Kate, though, right? Maybe Kate confronted Rebecca? Yeah, these characters are kind of sometimes. I definitely don't think that I would get along with probably most of these characters. Okay. IT consultant. Secure storeroom. Maybe it's none of these, but I'm thinking. It also could be this within this, but probably not. Okay, well...
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Storeroom, not reading room. Is it just the kitchen we have access to, so we won't know where the storeroom is right now? I guess not. Yeah. The thing that I'm not resolving in my mind yet is Emma was having is having the affair with Ryan. So if Rebecca were upset about it, I would expect her to lash out against Emma, not against Kate. The only way that I would see her lashing out against Kate is if Kate somehow told Rebecca, hey, I know what your husband's doing, and unless you do such and such for me, I'm going to blackmail you. If that were true, then I could see maybe her going after Kate. But we don't know. We don't really have evidence that Kate was going to blackmail or went to Rebecca with a blackmail. The closest we have is that Kate told Emma she was planning on blackmailing Ryan. That doesn't involve Rebecca, first of all. I mean, directly. In communication, I should say. And it also sounds like she didn't go through with the blackmail. So... But it's possible because there was the argument behind the pub. Maybe Rebecca heard some of the conversation that she claimed she didn't. She knows that Kate was planning on doing the blackmail, and she was upset with Kate about that. Or maybe she kind of incorrectly heard the conversation, thought Kate was having the affair. It's hard to say. It's not right. What do I want? I want... Let's just go back out again.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Seems like odd that she would let him practice it, I guess, but if he wanted to, he could still practice. I guess, whatever.
Have you seen this before?
No.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't expect these other
Be
people
back later
to
on, if that's okay.
really much of a knowledge about these things, but I figured I should check anyway, right? Just in case.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know who this is? Dean Hayfield, Aztec.
Sorry, never heard of him. We have some prisoner sort who does our IT. Large guy. No manners.
Really? He has no manners, but you're calling him a large guy and, whatever, a prisoner sort. Right, dude. Okay, sure. Yeah, but he's the one that doesn't have manners. Okay. This probably all.
Seen this before anywhere?
No.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Ask about a few more things, please.
Those.
Recognize this at all?
Yeah, he fixed my laptop.
Does he live locally?
I think so.
Seen this before?
Don't think so.
IT consultant repaired his laptop. I don't think James ever mentioned about a laptop earlier, did he? I don't think so. Car photos. Trying to see if any of these jog my memory about a possible past conversation about a laptop, but I don't think so. I don't think any of the past conversations had any mention of anything like that. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. So...
That's it for the time being, thank you.
I don't know that Lisa's ever going to return for the rest of the game, but I figured just in case. I don't expect to find anything back here, but let's, just in case. Oh, look. No, nothing. Okay. It's what I expected. It's fine. It's nothing. Did I? Let's see. Wrote his pin on the back of the car, but the way Simon had said that was a bit suspicious. Like he's trying to pawn it off like it's not a big deal, not important, but It seemed like maybe it is, but okay. While on holiday. Yeah, it's hard to say what Rebecca thought, right? Kind of rude when a cult leader mentioned their IT guy is fat and sweaty. And it's something to be expected when you work with computers. Not everybody who works with computers has to be fat and sweaty, but that's a definite possibility. Yeah, sure. Who takes morphine for arthritis? Yeah. Drugging people for control tactic. Also, he drinks quite a lot. How would the combination kill him? Yep. Possibly. Yeah, I mean, they did suggest that ECT or something similar might have been at play at some point, right? So, yeah, possible. Definitely possible. Nothing new, I don't think. Okay.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Let's see. The thing is that Rebecca's conversation really hasn't leaned in the direction of those prescriptions being available to people in Atlas, right? So. Excuse me.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Okay, so let's, I guess, now finish, because I think I did with everybody else. Let's now finish out the conversation with Simon about the little key ring thing.
A few more questions, please. Is this yours?
Yeah. That's from my keys. Where did you find that?
Just outside.
Right. Oh, it must have come off when Nathan dropped my keys off. He was borrowing my car.
That's very trusting.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I am a bit too trusting, really. It's a new car as well.
Wait, what? Except, you told us it's the only way you can get to work except you have a new car? What?
Aha. So the bike's the only way you can get to work, yes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the car?
I can't drive the car yet, can I? I don't have my license.
Right.
I got a windfall from an insurance payout. Just figured I'd buy something sensible with it straight away instead of wasting the money.
What was the insurance payout?
It was for a laptop that got stolen down at Atlas.
At Atlas?
Well, they didn't break in. I think they just walked in and took it. The laptop was in a storeroom, but I think the lock was broken, to be honest.
Doesn't sound like they're taking their security very seriously.
Actually, it got a lot better after that.
Think I'll check it anyway. Must have been a very nice laptop to be able to buy a car with the insurance. Or a very cheap car. Might have to have a talk with Ryan about his security measures.
Stolen from the storeroom. I don't know that these really contradict. Hasn't seen the IT guy since, maybe, but seeing the IT guy or not doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the laptop being stolen, and it also doesn't have anything to do with where it was stolen from. Yeah, so that maybe not.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Let's talk to Emma about the laptop.
Did you know about Simon's laptop being stolen?
Yeah, because it had all my college work on it, which I hadn't backed up or saved. Not that it mattered much, but I did buy a new one. And Simon uses it now, when I let him.
You know, okay.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
You can have a pretty amazing computer at the price of the cheapest car in the market. Laptops are also usually cheaper than table computers, all things considered. Yeah. That's true. That's a valid point. You still not gonna look into the storeroom yet? Guess not. Unless if we go back to the atrium, if there's an additional exit or something from there, possibly, I guess. But there's not a storeroom off of this one, right? Yeah, no. I don't see any. That's outside, so yeah.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Were you at Atlas when Simon's laptop was stolen?
Oh, I believe I was, yes. It was taken from the storeroom in the hallway.
Was it ever recovered?
No, we didn't catch anyone. We're quite exposed out here. Somebody could just have wandered along the lanes, seen into the storeroom. It's not particularly secure. They could have been in and out within minutes. That's why we advise people to keep their valuables with them. You can't be too careful these days, Inspector.
Yeah. Storeroom isn't particularly secure. But keeps the morphine in a secure storeroom. Sure, bro, sure. Good story. Good story.
Aha. So the storeroom isn't particularly secure, yet you keep your morphine tablets in there. I thought you said no one could get access to the morphine, but they could, quite easily, couldn't they, Ryan?
I didn't mean that storeroom. I meant a different storeroom. I keep them in there.
Okay. So where was it locked up?
It's upstairs. It's got a combination lock on it. Nobody could have access to it except me and Dad. Nobody.
I might have a look at that if you don't mind.
Don't mind at all.
Ah, the card.
A combination locked room, I see. Well, I might have a look around for that. See how secure and combination locked it really is.
The numbers on the back of the card that Simon had are not a pin. They're the comboed, I bet.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
I bet. Yep. They always do if you get enough people, like, or if you manage to throw them against contradictions, right? They almost always do, yeah. Okay, so business card, yep.
Welcome to the Mirror Room. This exercise is all about identifying the difference between the image one presents to the world and one's real self, which lies deep in our unconscious. As you move through the network of mirrors, practice seeing yourself as a stranger. The more you separate from your persona, the more aware you will become of your true desires and ambitions. Chant with us. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself. I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
Who's in here?
I am free from my image. I am free from my past. I am free from myself.
This exercise involves the use of liberation masks. You have now completed Module 1. Module 2 covers boundary testing, threshold testing, and extreme testing. Please read the notes carefully before attempting the module.
Seriously? Now it's friggin' Doctor Who, that's right. What, plus, like, I'm not saying they're a cult per se, but everything we do is psychologically and business related. Including all of the stars and moons you got hanging up everywhere? Sure, bro, sure. So, okay. Right. Okay. I don't know that there's anything else in here, but we obviously can discuss it. Surprised the cult leaders really want to help people. Yeah.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I think I've said this a couple different times, at least on different videos over time with my on my channel and stuff. But yeah, now it would have been like 20 years ago, but I was approached by people from a cult. Ugh. That is a harrowing experience. You just, if you're, as long as you're not sucked into all their stuff they're doing, it's in you are separated from it, so you can see it from an outside perspective. It's very easy to see. Like, how do you not see that something is wrong with what you're doing or with what's going on here? I could see if you're sucked into it, you don't really have that perspective, so you might think, oh, we're doing really good things or whatever. But when you step out from it and you look in, it's like, how do you not see that this is a dangerous thing? Anyway.
Can you tell me what you know about the mirror room upstairs?
Oh, you found that then. Well, it's very similar to the costumes, Inspector. It's designed to help the students look at themselves differently.
And what do you do with the mirrors?
You look at yourself, Inspector. You look at yourself until you start seeing yourself as others do. And you don't see yourself as you do anymore. It really, the idea is that you can see yourself eventually any way you wish.
So why in a locked room?
To make sure you're not distracted, that's all.
How often is it used?
Not often, a few times a month. Some students find it useful, some don't.
This is really
Thank you.
starting to get...
Probably be back later.
He's a perv, yeah. This is really getting super creepy. Like, there's a whole lot of messed up crap going on. Like, what in the actual, dude? Seriously, I don't, okay.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Mirror room. No, I heard about it, but I think it was only for the students later on in the course. Something like that.
Thank you. Probably be back later. Do you know about the mirror room at Atlas?
Yeah.
What's it used for?
Well, it's mainly for the auto-hypnosis module. You go in and you stare into the mirror and you go into a trance. Then, when you're ready, you come back out.
So you just go in whenever you want to?
Oh, no. There's certain times when you're allowed in, and only they know the combinations anyway, so you can't really get in.
But you don't know the combination?
No.
Really? Uh-huh. Except for that, and this.
Aha. So you didn't know the combination to the locked mirror room?
Nope.
Except you'd written it down, hadn't you? This is the combination to the mirror room, Simon, that you wrote. It isn't a pin, it's a combination.
Yeah.
You see, this sort of thing makes me suspicious, Simon. What were you doing in there that you didn't want anyone, including me, to find out?
It's just part of the course, isn't it? I just wanted to go in there when I was ready.
On your own? You didn't give a number to anyone else?
No.
Simon, there was morphine kept in that room that might have played a part in Kate Vine's death. Did Kate have the number?
Yes, okay. We both went in.
Together?
We were trying to outdo each other. We both tried some morphine.
What do you mean trying to outdo each other?
It's part of the course. To see how far you can push yourself. To see if you could do something you wouldn't normally do.
When was this?
A few months ago.
How often did you try it?
Only that once. I'd never do it again.
How about Kate?
I don't know. Sorry.
So that's how Kate got the morphine. But what exactly does this testing involve? Could this have been what killed Kate? 11 o'clock. Just an hour left to solve this thing.
Lock people inside creepy mirror room with chancing and all, and you still claim there's nothing wrong going on. That's right. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, here's the thing that's kind of I'm struggling with a little bit, which is Liam also died a year ago. Did Liam get a hold of morphine as well? Like, I don't understand. If morphine played into Kate Vine's death, okay, but then what the heck happened with Liam? If Liam was supposedly happy and everything, why would he have killed himself? I don't know. Huh. Yeah, I don't really have an explanation, of course. Alright, well, as much as I don't want to, it's getting kind of late here, so I think I'm going to have to end. But we made quite a bit of progress, right? So that's good. Yeah. Made quite a bit of progress, actually. Ryan, Contradictions 5. It's like Ryan can't stop from lying. Ryan and Paul. Just like lie, 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 lie. Emma, I thought Emma was about at 4, but Ryan and Paul beat her with 5. Jeez. So many lies, guys. Seriously. Alright. Okay. So that is going to be it for the... Yeah, I know. Exactly. Liam died. We'll just forget about it. Yeah, let's just... It's Wizard of Oz, right? It's the whole, you know, pay no attention to the dead Liam behind the curtain, right? It's like, what, dude? Seriously? Like, how do you not remember that and just like gloss over it like it's nothing? Totally unrelated, I'm sure. Whatever. All right, I should very soon have the trailer up finalizing what games I'm going to be doing on Halloween. So that'll come in the next few days, 2-3 days maybe. So I'll have that done soon. So look for that. Like it or could have actually night. Yeah, I don't know so well. See ya.
What a spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.